Um, Today I wanted to go through and rank the albums of a band I've become very fond of the past few months. And that is King Crimson. Um, I was recommended them by a friend's dad actually, who has liked them for a few years, and I wanted to, like I've seen many others do, rank their albums kind of as a way of um, paying respect for them, I guess. Uh, but anyway, let me, and I have the albums here with me. Let me go from the what I believe to be their weakest albums. Of course, there's some subjectivity to this, and most likely I'll have some opinions that the average King Crimson fan would find objectionable. Um, but I'll go from my least, my lowest strength to my highest, and even um, this changes for me as well. Uh, it could change daily, hourly. My opinion is always shifting because I'm always listening to this music and forming new opinions and finding new things. One thing with King Crimson is that they always have um, something new in their music that always shows itself through repeated listening. But yeah, I'll just get right into the ranking with last number 11th with Beat 1982. This is an original copy. My only original copy, I believe, of a King Crimson album. Um, I will say I like all these albums quite a bit. Um, Even this one is phenomenal. It's just, especially whenever it comes to their 80s stuff, this has probably the least consistent set of songs. Neil and Jack and Me is great, but not their best. Heartbeat is as probably as bad as a King Crimson song can get, in all honesty. Sartori and Tangier is fantastic. I love Waiting Man. The lives of Waiting Man are great. Neurotica is a great Adrian Belew song. A lot of his noises, which I love. Two Hands have good lyrics. They're very poetic lyrics, especially for Adrian Belew, except they weren't written by Adrian Belew. And Howler is great. Requiem is fantastic. Probably best song on the album from a objective musician standpoint, but that's my number 11. So, here, I'll put this back here. So next I have, where's that? Apologies. Next I have their third 80s album, Three of a Perfect Pair, which again is fantastic. I would argue that the first side is probably some of their weakest stuff. Definitely their most pop oriented stuff on the first side, with the exception of New Ages. Probably can't see that, but New Ages, if that's how you say it, which is a great song. industry. Probably one of my definitely raises this album a lot for me. Just a great show of what they can do with their instruments, what sounds they can make. And Dig Me is another fantastic blues song. Just some of the live openings to that song, the noises he makes, so grinding. Um, no Warning, uh, probably the low point of the second side for me. Then Lark Slang and Aspic Part 3, of course. It's fantastic. Probably my least favorite of the Lark's Tongues, though, I will say. But yeah. And then next. Now, this is probably what can be considered. Oh, don't sneak peek. Probably what could be considered my most controversial take, probably. I mean, again, this can change, but next is Red. I'd say of the John Wetton albums, this is easily the worst, easily the weakest. Red. Red's good, not my favorite, kind of repetitive. Fallen Angel is a great ballad esque song. One More Red Nightmare, not for me at all. I think that the percussion, I won't say anything about the percussion, but at least the clapping they add in is just kind of comes off as kind of tacky for me. Providence is a fantastic song. Starless, obviously, the saving grace of Red. Starless is a fantastic song. Who can hate it, really? But yeah, Red has to be number 9 for me. The next. Okay, I don't have this one yet on um, physical media, but I actually have ordered it and it should be coming soon. But Power to Believe, I put at 8, and uh, Power to Believe took a while for me to enjoy. It was definitely the album I considered their worst for a while, but especially songs like Level 5 and Electric have really grown on me, and the Power to Believe suite is pretty good. Especially 2 and 3, really strong. Um, I think I'll probably rethink this position um, pretty soon in the near future. Um, Percussion wise, you could say it's one of their most interesting, but maybe not their most innovative. Kind of like a trap sounding drum uh, drum machine kind of noise, maybe. But yeah, Power to Believe being A above Red. And then next, maybe another controversial take, but famous Power to Believe, Core of the Crimson King, which again is fantastic, and I love every song on it. 21st Century Schizoid is just a great studio song, great live song. Epitaph is so powerful. I Talk to the Wind is good. Probably not my favorite song on the album. It's very beautiful. Um, and Moonchild is one I haven't quite given much listening to, but I like it for what I've heard. Um, yeah, not really much more to say about this album. It's great. Um, so next, this one, um, I consider to be kind of, um, it's very similar to Core of the Crimson King, and I know that this is not something that's new or something that's newly said, but Wake of Poseidon at sixth. It's very similar to Core of the Crimson King. Um, Pictures of a City is like a second 21st century schizoid man. Um, Wake of Poseidon is like another epitaph. But the reason I rate this higher is because it's more, it feels more coherent as an album, mainly because the the piece trio, I guess you could call it, and there's some stuff that um, Core of the Crimson King didn't have, like Cat Food, Cadence, and Cascade, which are a different sound. Cadence Cascade is just it's a beautiful song, and yeah, definitely a very strong album. What was next? Okay, so I have two pieces of media for this one, and I'll take this other one out now. I'll show you the first one. This is an unexpected one that really grew on me. Um, Probably like about a month or two ago. But the Construction of Light up next. Then I have the vinyl pressing of the Reconstruction of Light, which I didn't quite like as much. I don't know why. I feel like some of the mixing decisions were a little poor, made some of the songs weaker. Some of the songs that I already really liked the percussion on, um, is kind of they're kind of their direction was kind of lost by the re-recording of the drums. But the Construction of Light, first it starts off with Prozac Blues, which is not a popular song among King Crimson fans, but um, I really like it. Construction of Light, I consider to be one of their best works. Um, I really like the lyrics from Baloo on Construction of Light. They're very existential, as is this whole album. Into the Frying Pan, probably the weakest song. Still not bad. Has some great Adrian Belew guitar work on it, which is really the saving grace of these later albums is the Belew's guitar work. Fractured, fantastic. Kind of similar to Construction of Light. Um, just a great song. World's My Oyster Soup Kitchen Floor Wax Museum. Probably, maybe my favorite song on the album. I just really love the very powerful, constant, clangy percussion in the back, over top blues, great guitar work, it's great solos. Um, Dark Song and Aspect Part 4, another fantastic one, was my favorite for a while. The coda really gives it a powerful ending that some of the other Lark's tongues did not have. Kind of makes it feel like a final, a finale to the Lark's tongue part until we get level 5. Um, but yeah, then Reconstruction Light, not so much. Reconstruction Light, I'd probably put at my least favorite if I was considering it separate. Um, then this one I rethought very recently after re-listening to one of the songs, the opening track of Islands, Formentera Lady. Formentera Lady is just one of the most unique King Crimson songs, in my opinion. Very feels very I won't say because I'm not certain like what the influences are. Very um very unique sound, very um sound that's derived from other cultures. I'm just I don't know which one, but it's fantastic. Um the percussion on that track is some of my favorite. Very it's very vibrant percussion, which I love. That's what I love from King Crimson. Their vibrant percussion, lots of bells and chimes and stuff like that. And then Sailor's Tale, not my favorite, probably my least favorite track on the album. It's kind of hard because I can't read off of a track listing. Um, The Letters is a great song. I love the lyrics of The Letters. Um, Ladies of the Road, just a great shows off their jazz fusion of the that period, that formation, that incarnation or whatever. Great Mel Collins part on that. Um, Song of the Goals, kind of an outlier. It's not bad, but I mean, it's not what I come to King Crimson for. Um, and then Islands itself is just a great kind of ambient, very maybe ethereal, might be the word, emotional. I mean, it. I mean, looking at the album cover, Island, the song just matches this so well. That's one of the things I love about this album is that the album cover sets the tone very well. But yeah, that was my number fourth place. And that means there's three more. And this one again, I don't have a physical copy of, but Lark's Tongue is an aspic, which for a lot of people is number one. I, as much as I think that Lark's Tongue 1 and 2 is probably their, it could be considered their masterpiece duo, Lark's Tongue Part 1 is probably the best song King Crimson's ever made. I really don't care for the in between tracks like Exiles and Book of Saturday and um, that third one, um, Easy Money, which I like Easy Money a little bit more. It's got some great percussion on that, but I mean they really don't compare to the Lark's Tongue parts, which David Cross is just so David Cross is fantastic on that. He really makes, in my opinion, he really makes what the Lark's Tongue 1 and 2 are, and Jamie Murr too. makes just such diverse and colorful percussion on that piece. But yeah, just fantastic. But I really don't care for the in between pieces. So two more, and next be Lizard, which I was a, a hater on for quite a while. I It was different, very different from what I knew from King Crimson. It was weird, quirky. The vocal the vocal performance is very quirky. But I mean, listening to it more, it's just probably one of their most um out there, most experimental uh albums that they ever made. Circus is a great song. Um, Kind of similar to Pictures of the City and 21st Century Schizoid Man, but it kind of deviates finally from those types of pieces with the what instrument that be the I won't say, but anyway, yeah, this Circus, um, Indoor Games, and Happy Family are just really diverse, um, very jazz influenced. I don't have much to say on those tracks, to be completely honest. Uh, I just know that whenever I'm listening to them, I enjoy them a lot. They're great, and again, the delivery of the vocals are very unique and suits the album very well. The whole theme of circus and that, and Lady of the Dancing Waters. The lyrics are so fantastic and beautiful and poetic. Um, Very well written lyrics, and the song itself fits very well, and it's all very beautiful. Um, Lady of the Dancing Water, and then I believe the last song is Lizard, which Lizard is just a great piece. I think their longest work. Uh, It's been it's been a little bit since I've listened to it all the way through, but I just know that the first time I did, or the last time I did, it was just so fantastic. And usually with these long songs, it's kind of hard to keep them coherent. Like some Yes songs, I find feel like multiple different songs packed into one 20-minute interval. But the Lizard Suite it fits together very well. It feels like one continuous thing that it feels like just one continuous story, which is very impressive and hard to do, I think. But yeah, Lizard, fantastic album. Okay, now there's only one left, and I feel like many people would not agree with this, and maybe I don't agree with myself at this point, but Discipline at number one. I chose this for number one mainly, well, one, it's the most consistent I find. I think that every song on this album is fantastic. Um, Two, uh, the time it was released, at least from what I understand, as a 20-year-old um, person, it was very very maybe revolutionary, very inventive for that time. I mean, there was stuff like Talking Heads, which was similar, but even they weren't anything like this, or at least not as um, unique or experimental or groundbreaking as Discipline was whenever it was released. So, Elephant Talk, a great introduction to Adrian Belew, and what you're gonna get out of him throughout his run with King Crimson, and frame by frame, just the phrasing, or the phrases that Robert and Belew trade off with each other throughout these songs is just fantastic. And in frame by frame, just that really fast, tight knit phrase of notes mixes so well with everything else going on in the band. Mate Kudasai was the first King Crimson song I really enjoyed, got into. It's just maybe not their most musically impressive, but very emotional. Um, Beautiful piece. Adrian Belew's noises, his the seagulls, just to complete that, and the live at Frejus version of that is fantastic. And then in Discipline, which I consider to be maybe their greatest live song of all time. The live at Frejus version of Indiscipline is incredibly fun to watch. Um, just so much going on in that live recording. And it's so fun to see Baloo just working his guitar the way he does, hitting it, doing the thing where he bends the neck, um, pushing down on the strings over the bridges and making that screaming noise, which is a I just love that noise. I mean, maybe you could call him a one trick pony, but just that noise is it works very well with King Crimson, um, which I've always used stuff like saxophones to make kind of like screaming noises with Mel Collins. Then Thela Hunjinji, um, which might be my favorite song on the album, and another fantastic live song. Just the story behind it. I love the how the instruments intertwine with the audio track, the tape that plays over it. How the how Baloo, um the stuff Baloo does to complement that track, and like it just makes it so menacing and scary. But yeah, just great. Sheltering Sky, probably one of their hardest to get into songs on this album. But I mean it's great. I don't have much to say about it. Um, Robert Fripp's guitar work on it is great as usual. And Discipline, the song itself, is I mean it really is just a great display of what this era of King Crimson was going to be. I mean, it's really the track that's coming out and saying this is the style, these repeating phrases, interlocking phrases of notes or riffs or whatever it's called. And I mean, it just works so well. I mean, it's repetitive, but somehow you never get tired of it. But yeah, this is fantastic. I love this album very much. And I don't know why it was not on this list, but one second. I don't know why it was not on this list, but one album that I forgot to do was Thrack, which I don't have either, and I probably never will. And just from that, you could probably tell what I think about it. But Thrack, it it has some good songs. Like Vroom, I think is great. Coda Marine is great. Thrack itself is great, especially the live performances of Thrack are probably some of my favorite things King Crimson has done. Thrack Attack, the CD, which I have. I'm not ranking it, so I won't pull it out, but it's just a fantastic live album. Um, but overall, Thrack, Vroom Vroom's great. Vroom Vroom Coda is great. Innergarden, I like the lyrics too. Um, Sex Eat Sleep, Sex Eat Sleep Drink Dream is okay. It's kind of too poppy for my liking. Dinosaur, obviously. I really like Blue's delivery of the I'm a dinosaur line. Um, and his dinosaur noises, I always love his noises. It's fantastic. Um, Dinosaur's good. But One Time, People, Radio 1 and 2 are good, but I mean, not really comparable because they're kind of more just experimental noise pieces, I guess. Um, yeah, but the quality of those songs aren't really enough for me to rank it very high. So really, what I would rank it is probably below, honestly, below B. I would put it at last, Thrack. So I guess I'm starting, I'm ending with the last, which I did not plan to do, but yeah, Thrack is just not that 90s incarnation didn't really excel much past the 80s. It wasn't, I mean, it kind of stagnated, honestly. And I mean, same in the 2000s, it kind of was stagnant and kind of repeating, going back to the, like in Construction of Light, the interlocking parts, just like slightly different with single notes instead of like arpeggios or riffs or whatever they're called. So not incredibly different or progressive necessarily. But yeah, um, that is my ranking of the studio albums of King Crimson. Um, I thought it would be interesting to do this. Maybe someone would find it interesting. Um, a lot of people are surprised whenever they meet a younger person. Again, I'm 20 that likes King Crimson. Um, a lot of people don't think that younger people like King Crimson, especially their less pop orientated stuff from the 70s and which I mean I really enjoy. It's my favorite music right now, other than other progressive rock bands like Yes, which I'm also getting into, and more obscure prog rock bands like Banco or Bacco, Italian prog rock band. Um, what else? But anyway, yeah, I just thought someone might find it interesting. But yeah.